So, we're going to talk a little bit about the good wolf and the bad wolf and which one you should feed. So, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the story of the two wolves that are inside of you. But the gist of it is these two wolves are in you, and they're in you for your entire life. And the wolf these two wolves are battling each other for the rest of your life. They're battling each other. They're in this epic battle. And the wolf that wins at the end of the battle is the wolf that you fed. Which one did you feed more? So that's kind of the gist of the whole two wolves thing. I'm sure I'm leaving out a whole lot of other little parts and things into it, but that's just the gist of it. When we're talking about these two wolves, what we're really talking about is the difference between the two influences that you have on yourself. The two kinds of influences. The good influences and the bad influences. Now, unfortunately, there are innumerous bad influences all around you, and they're all very easily accessible, and they're all easy to get. They're all very easy to consume. And the good influences, a lot of times they take much more effort. They take much more effort. This is something that has kind of caused a lot of people to get stuck in their path to getting better, doing better, feeling better, being better. And a lot of times you may have good intentions. You have intentions on becoming a better person, acting better towards people, acting better towards yourself, feeling better, all these things. It's been said before that the road to hell is paved with good intentions. So, what do we do to go from that good intentions section to the actually good doings section? Well, that's going to depend on which wolf you feed. Now, the bad wolf, the wolf that loves negativity, that wolf is so easily fed because there's so many things that feed that wolf. There's so many things out here that are just all about negativity, all about bad stuff, bad feelings, bad vibes, negative stuff, bad stuff, anger, all these things like that. And there's also a lot of people that have bought into that system. And misery loves company, that phrase really shows itself when it comes to which wolf you're feeding. Misery loves company. So there are a lot of people that may be around you, a lot of people in your circle, maybe a lot of people that you're around on a regular basis. And the things that they're saying, the things that they're telling you, the things that they're talking about, their mindset, negative, bad, terrible, drought, famine, have-nots, terrible, lack. All these things they want to push onto you and have you thinking terrible, lack, poverty, have-nots. Misery loves company. It doesn't feel good being in misery by yourself. Why? Because if you have the chance to sit in misery by yourself, it's just you and your thoughts. And now, instead of blaming everybody and everything about all of the situation that you've got going on, now you've got nobody to blame but you. You've got no one to fault for this happening, that happening, but you. That's not something a lot of people are, I don't want to say equipped, because we're already equipped to do all these things. But that's not something that a lot of people are willing to sit with and do. That's a part of that work, that self-work that they talk about when it comes to getting better and doing better. So, misery loves company. Because what's better than blaming everybody else except for yourself? Having someone else sitting right next to you, you can vent out your side of things, what you think was right and all of that stuff, what you think was done wrong to you and all of this, and just having someone in your amen corner just egging you on in that misery. This is all of this stuff, by the way, is the mindset of the people that are in your ear trying to get you to be negative and do negative. That's their mindset. They don't want good for you. They don't want positive outcomes for you. So you have to be ever so careful, ever so mindful of who you have around you, who's speaking to you. Because I'll give an example. You could be having a good day, really a good day. All of the interactions that you've had were good interactions. You know, you see people, you say hi, and everyone's saying hi back to you. And, you know, you walk past somebody with a dog, and the dog comes up to you and sniffs you and play, hey, hi, all of that. You know, a good interaction, a good day altogether. Things are working out fantastic for you. And here comes somebody. Here comes somebody taking their misery and just raining on your parade. And now all that sunshine, all those clear skies, all those beautiful birds chirping and flying around in the air, now a bunch of rain. Now it's a bunch of misery. Because now you got that all in your mind now, thanks to that person. And it may not be that person's fault. Okay, I don't want to just make it seem like that's a bad person, whoever that is that may do that to you, because some people may really need an outlet. Some people may really need to be able to get something off their chest. But if that's you and you're listening to this right now, there are ways to do that. You have to ask someone for their permission before you just start dumping whatever stressful things onto them. And you may need to seek the help of a professional, because the person that you're dumping onto, they may not have the training, the experience, the wherewithal to handle everything that you're dumping onto them. So something that could be a good thing ends up being a bad thing, because you didn't get anything out of the experience, and now you got somebody else feeling bad and doom and gloom when before they were feeling A-okay. So you may need to seek the assistance of a professional. Psychologist or a life coach. Ha, you see? So, and if that's you, and if that's what you need, that's what I'm here for. That's why I do this. This is why I'm here. So, if that's you, visit stylebymrreed.com. Take a look around, see what speaks to you, book your session with me, and let's get you to the best you that you can be. You may not even want to reach out on the website. You may want to just reach out here in the comment section. Reach out in the comment section. Write something down there. I read them. Or send me an email. info@styledbymrreed.com. Reach out to me. Let's get you to the best you that you can be. So, let's get back on track here. So, the people that you have around you may innocently or intentionally dump a whole bunch of negative things on your plate. The influences that you have around you. And I spoke about this earlier in another video, talking about your mental diet. The things that you watch on TV, the movies that you enjoy, the music that you listen to, the content that you watch, the things that you scroll on endlessly, all that stuff is included in your mental diet. And if your mental diet is not good, then what's going to come out of here and here and here is going to be not good, because not good went in the first place. So checking your mental diet is going to affect whether or not you're feeding that good wolf in you or the bad wolf. And I can tell you, there are plenty of things that the bad wolf loves to eat. Gobble up. And they're all out here. They're all out here. They're easy to get, easy to have access to. So it's very easy for you to end up feeding that bad wolf. And now you're in a bad space. You're in a bad headspace. You don't know how you feel about certain things. You have everybody else's opinion in your head except for your own. You've just got negative feelings all in you. You got negative vibes in you, all this bad stuff. That's because the bad wolf is the one that got fed more. It takes intention to feed the good wolf. The good wolf eats quality food. The good wolf eats quality food. What does that mean? That means if you're going to be watching TV shows, whatever, series and things like that, unless you're going to make sure that you intentionally watch something that has a positive message, positive influence, talking about positive things, constructive things. If you're going to be watching what's typically out here, which is all the extra drama, all the things that are made just for entertainment purposes, but the effects of them, the effects of how great the drama is and how captivating it is, you end up forgetting that you're watching something just for entertainment, and now you end up taking on the pattern of the thing that you're watching. How many times have you been watching a movie and it's a very captivating movie, but it's talking about some heartbreak, it's talking about this person doing this person dirty, this one doing this one wrong, and now you end up applying that movie to your relationship that has no problems like that. Your relationship that doesn't have anybody doing somebody dirty and this thing and that thing and the other. But now you got all that stuff in your head from that movie. So now this person of yours that didn't do anything wrong, didn't do anything suspicious, now all of a sudden everything is suspicious. Now all of a sudden you're trying to be careful to make sure that they're not like the person in the movie. Do you know how many people have had tough relationship, marital issues, all because of some song came on the radio? Some song comes on the radio, and this person ain't worth this person ain't worth that, this people, all these things. And just because of that, that's a mood setter. It's a mood setter. And it set a certain kind of mood. And now there's probably some people right now that no longer in a relationship that had potential to be a good relationship. But you let the radio change your mind. You let the movie change your mind. You let whatever it is that you're watching change your mind. So which wolf did you feed? Which wolf did you feed? So, one of the things that are going to help you feed the right wolf and starve the right one is keeping in mind that if you're going to watch a movie, remember this is just a movie. It's just for entertainment. Everything is happening the crazy way it's supposed to happen. In reality, all the things that happen in the movies, maybe one or two of those things might happen, but there's such a slim chance of everything happening. And even then, there's so many things that have to be in place for that specific thing to happen. And even if it did happen, it wouldn't be nowhere near as dramatic in real life as it is in that movie. But in that movie, you've got 1 in a million chance thing happening after 1 in a million chance thing happening after 1 in a million chance thing happening after 1 in a million chance thing happening for the entire hour and a half. One big dopamine burnout session, all to keep you hooked. And it's going to make you kind of think, oh yeah, all that can happen in real life. Oh, that's probably what this means. That's probably what that means. Yes, I saw that in the movie, so it has to be real. It has to be true. This person must be doing me dirty because that's what it was in the movie. No, these are just very good actors following a very good storyline, following a very productive, a very well produced movie. Or the music that you listen to. Keep in mind that this is entertainment. This is entertainment. Especially when you're listening to some of the music that's talking about doing a whole lot of, bad stuff, on a regular basis. A lot of times, the people that are singing the songs and the people that are, saying the raps and all that stuff, a lot of times they're not into the stuff that they're rapping about. They're not into the stuff that they're singing about. This is just for entertainment purposes. It sounds good. It sounds good and it's going to make you buy it. But if you don't remember that this is just for entertainment, you're going to make the mistake and have this thing playing in your head over and 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 over. And your brain is a repeater box already. So you're feeding a repeater box something over, and so you're essentially exponentiating the message in your head of that thing, of that song. So now you walking around thinking the wrong things, acting the wrong way, doing things that you really shouldn't be doing, acting in a way you really shouldn't be doing, but you fed your repeater box. You fed your repeater box something that was just supposed to be for entertainment. You fed the wrong wolf. So, you have to be intentional about feeding the right wolf. Feeding the right wolf requires quality. Quality you have to actually search for. You have to actually search for good, healthy food to eat. You have to actually search for good, wholesome content to consume when you're on all of the various social media avenues. You have to intentionally find good people to talk to, good people to listen to, good people to get advice from, good people to use as a sounding board. You have to be intentional about that. You have to actually be intentional about listening to good music. You have to be intentional about finding good things to watch on a regular basis, to be entertained by. That takes a lot of effort. And a lot of people don't like putting forth a lot of effort into things. Because effort requires effort. It's like a self-perpetuating thing. Effort requires effort. It takes effort to have effort. Sounds crazy, but it's also true. Effort requires effort. If you want a better mindset, it requires you to intentionally look at how much social media you are consuming on a regular basis and really break down what it is that you're looking at and being intentional about looking at only specific things. Only specific things. It takes a lot of work. Also, it takes a lot of fighting against yourself. Also known as fighting against the wolf that you've been feeding all this time. That's a pretty big wolf to fight against. So it's going to take a lot of effort. It takes a lot of effort. But just because it's hard, that does not mean it's impossible. So, fighting against that bad wolf in your daily habits, fighting against that bad wolf in your daily mental diet, even your physical diet. Did you all know that the things that you eat, drink on a regular basis affect how you feel? Yeah. Your nutritional diet affects how you feel. It affects how you think. And a lot of you all are wondering why you feel so negative, why you feel so stuck, why you're so angry, why you're so this and that. Have you checked on the foods that you eat on a regular basis? Have you taken the time and looked at the things that you consume? If you do, you're going to realize that either one or two things are happening. Either you're in control of the food, or the food is in control of you. So which is it? Are you in control of the food, or is the food in control of you? All these things affect your mental space. And your mental diet definitely affects your mental space. It all affects which wolf you feed. Which wolf are you going to feed? This requires a lot. Now, some people are able to do it on their own. Some people are able to figure this out. Just take a day or two, really self-evaluate, and then just get themselves on track. But for many of us, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. But here's the good thing. It does not have to be you by yourself. Because when it's you by yourself, that's when it gets to be the hardest. But when you have someone in your corner, when you have someone rooting for you, someone that you know that you can bounce your ideas off of, someone that you know you can open your mind to, and it's a safe place to be. It's a safe place to do so. These things make all the difference in the world. And there may be some of you out there right now that are kind of struggling with this. Young, old, man, woman, younger guy, younger girl. It doesn't matter. The struggle, as they say, the struggle is real. It's real for anybody. It's real for everybody. And it's hard to change. It's hard to be intentional about changing your mindset, changing who's in your ear on a regular basis, changing what's in your mind on a regular basis. That's hard to do. The first step to conquering anything is admitting just how difficult it is, because that's reality. If you don't admit to yourself and give the proper credit to just how much of a task it's going to be, well, then you're not going to start from a place based in reality. And if you don't start from a place based in reality, you are begging to fail. And we don't want that. We don't want failure. We want success. So, with that, if you are ready to, or if you're just curious about the help that you can get from an image consultant and life coach, visit stylebymrreed.com. Take a look around, see what speaks to you, and book your session with me. And let's get you to the best you that you can be. And I'm simply going to be your mirror check before you hit that front door. So, that's going to be it for today. Thank you all for sticking around, lending me your ear, letting something positive be in your ear for change. And I plan on doing more. And like I said earlier, if you need help reach out. That's literally what I'm here for. You're not going to be a bother to me. This is what I'm here for. So, with that, take care, folks. Make sure you're feeding the right wolf. Okay? Feed the right wolf. Now, I'm hungry. I am going to go feed this wolf right here.